Friday to everybody. Today's going to be a day where I'm just going to kind of throw out some facts, kind of just throw some things out at you for you to start thinking about. I think these things are kind of help you with just everyday sales with life insurance, whether it's final expense, mortgage protection, Medicare Advantage, whatever you're doing. So, what ends up happening is that when we start in this business here, we have these premonitions that we're just going to go out, buy a lead, and talk to somebody, and we're just going to make a sale because I've got a lead. Just because you have a lead, all that means is that's kind of an excuse or an invitation, or what some may call is just a reason to knock at a door. From there, you've got to be able to cultivate that person's interest, so when they're speaking with you, you can extract what they wanted, and then from there build on it by doing things slowly. And what I mean slowly is, you just can't go into it and say, which one you want to buy, how much do you need, you sent this card off. It takes time. So once you go through all this here and you learn the rebuttals and you learn everything, from there, what I'm going to go over are the things that I'm going to recommend you to do as you're doing the warm-up, doing your transition, the presentation, and even after. So here's a saying for the day. Life isn't waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning how to dance in the rain. And you're going to get a lot of dancing in the rains when they don't answer the door, they want to think about it, they can't afford it, they change their mind. So you're going to have to understand that when you're in that house and it's raining on you and it's storming, you're going to have to know how to dance around those rebuttals to where you can come up with something that's going to make sense to grab their attention and have them come back to you. Now, here's some things. First of all, and most importantly, you've got to set some goals for yourself. You've got to have what I call as a money-making card, which I put on the top of my sun visor. And this card is a confidence meter for you. It's a temperature gauge for you on how many houses you get into, presentations you make, all the things you need to do to keep track of where you are in your road to success. Because at the end of the week, if you call me and you say, Joe, I had a bad week and sales weren't good and this and that there, I'm going to ask you, how many people did you see? How many doors you knock on? How many leads you get? How many presentations did you make? And if you cannot tell me those things there, you're not able to keep track of where you need help. So that's number one. You got to keep track of the leads, the door knocks, the people who answer, the houses you get into, the presentations, the sits, whether it's a full set or half a sit. Write down why they didn't buy, and then sit and say, well, did they not buy because I couldn't overcome the objection, or was it a true statement that they really didn't need it based on the information I extracted from them? So this is a must you have to do, because this is what's going to help you get better. You got to have a goal every day. X amount of leads. I'm going to knock on these many doors. I'm going to make these many sales. Well, Joe, I worked this morning from 9 until 6. I made no sales. Well, if your goal that day is to make one sale, my thought is make more phone calls, make more door knocks, achieve the goal you want to have. Because believe it or not, when you set and achieve the goal that you set, even if you work until 8 o'clock at night, 8:30 at night, usually it's the last person you see that is a person that's going to give you the ding, 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 the KO bell that you knocked somebody out and you made a sale. Think about that there. When you go to work every day, let's say you go to work for Walmart. You work from 9 and you work until 6. You work all day long, that day long. At the end of the day, if you get paid daily, which you don't, at the end of the day is when you get your money. You don't get paid at noontime. You work the whole day. So it's the same as us. When we're out knocking on doors and we're visiting people and we're out canvassing around neighborhoods, it's not, the paycheck is not due until the end of the day. So it doesn't matter whether you make in the morning, afternoon, or the last call. It's all about dancing in the rain. If you're not seeing enough people, you need to buy more leads. Yesterday we spoke about direct mail, phone leads, Facebook leads, and a data walking list. You have the opportunity to buy 4 different types of leads, as well as asking people for referrals when you're in the house. When somebody tells you no, N-O, no, I don't want to buy, no, today's not a good day, no, I changed my mind, you've got to take a step back and ask yourself, are they telling me N-O Or are they telling me KNOW, Joe, you have not told me enough information to where I know to move forward, to where I know that yes, what you're saying makes sense. So these are the things you need to put in your mind. No does not mean bad lead. No does not mean forget about it. Hi, Jack. No does not mean anything other than it's time to settle your jets down, relax, tap those brakes, pull back on the reins, and just say, okay, am I talking too fast? Did I not answer a question correctly? Am I trying to deviate from my presentation? Am I in a hurry? Am I making shortcuts? These are the things that only you can see what you're doing, because I'm not there, your manager's not there, you don't have a partner there who's telling you the things you're doing right and wrong. This is why I emphasize for agents to record themselves when they're speaking with a client, so at the end of the sales process, you can go back in the car and listen to yourself to see if you were making the correct transitions. Were you making funny noises? Were you asking the questions? Did you have voice inflection? Did you overcome the objection properly? Okay. I wish I had a doggone news camera sitting on the top left of the house when I walk in to watch my body language, to watch my eyes, watch my speech, watch what I'm doing, because all of that there will make you better at what you do. When you're going over premiums with people, are you telling us to be $90 a day, $75 a day? Is it going to be this or that there when you tell them the premiums? My thoughts are, why don't we sit and think about things a little bit differently? When I'm going down the actual, I call it the planning worksheet, when I'm doing somebody, I always like to have the minimum premium at $50. When I'm showing them one for $50, the next one is $60, I may say this one is only $2 a month to get you $15,000. When you get to 75, that's $2.50 per day to get you $12,000. When you get to $90, this one here is right at $3 a day to get you the protection you need, because $3 a day sounds a whole lot less than $90. Have you guys thought about doing Medicare Advantage? You guys thinking about doing Medicare supplements? Have you actually thought about it? You need to. You're going to lose sales because people like to have the same agent taking care of everything. When you go into a house, I want you to sit and think that you are the conductor, the engineer, you're in charge of the caboose, you're everything on that train ride, and you need to have all the different products that you have, that you're able to get under your license, to where they're going to call just you. Because what has happened and what will happen is that somebody's going to come to their house on a referral. From there, they're going to do what they can to get their final expense, maybe their mortgage protection, accidental plan, a hospital indemnity plan, a Medicare Advantage plan, or Medicare supplement plan, because that agent is trained better. So what I want you guys to sit and think about, before that happens to me, what can I do to prevent that from happening? Think. Yellow delivery notices. When you go to a house, are you leaving the yellow delivery notices on the door to let people know you were there? You can go by the house 5 or 6 times if you want. Yet to me, I go by the first time. If they're not there, I let it go. I go the second time they're not there. I'm going to put a yellow delivery notice, put on their second notice my name, and then from there my phone number. When I get that lead in my car, I'm going to fold it in half this way here, and I'm going to put it in my sun visor, and I'm going to put it where the writing, so when I pull it out, and I got the 3 people's names here. I flip through it. I said, ma'am, I'm on the phone with someone. I just want to confirm you are Miss Jones at 1414 Mockingbird Lane. Yes, let me get right back to you. I'm finishing up a phone call. Try to be as polite as possible. They're going to ask you 90 questions. What's this about? I don't remember sending anything in. What's this here? Say, ma'am, I'm on the phone. I apologize. Let me get right back with you. And if you can, go to their house. If you're on the way home and they live an hour away, you got to kind of tell them what you sent the card in for, and you're there just to leave them some information. Are you talking too fast when you're in a house? Are you trying to rush through the presentation because you have another appointment? Sometimes people rush because they're nervous. They're not exactly sure what they're doing. So if you think about what I'm about to say, is to slow down. Tap those brakes. Because when you tap those brakes and you slow down, you're much easier to understand. Your words are going to come out more clear. the people are going to understand you, and they don't think that you're some quick talking salesperson just trying to make a sale on them. Slow yourself down. You're making good eye contact. You're looking them in the eyes, or you're looking around the world when you're talking to them, showing them that you are not confident in what you're talking about, that you're insecure about what you're doing. Look people in the eye. Are you asking open-ended questions when you're speaking with them to get a conversation? Because if you think when you go into a house, you're going to completely control the whole conversation, it's not called a conference, it's not called a presentation. It's called, I want to talk. I want to let you know what I know. I want to show off. Ask questions. Let them feel that they are participating in this interview. Let them feel that they are doing something with you. I like giving them an application, saying we're going to answer these questions, and we're going to go over this here. It's kind of like a non-committed application. No, we're not going to do nothing today. I just want to make sure I have everything written down, so when you're ready to do everything, I've got all the answers written down. Have them fill out an application. Have them feel it. Because you know something, when you're not talking about it, I don't want it, all of a sudden you pull like a big old rabbit out of your hat, and you actually pull out that application. The application looks like it's on a piece of paper, 30 by 50. But if you bring the application out and say, here's an application, what it looks like, I know you're not ready. We call this just something to where we can write down the answers, so when you are ready to do something, we've already got it filled out. Give them an extra pen. Let them fill the stuff out. Let them participate in what you're doing, because it makes them feel that they are in control, not you. I like showing 5 different ideas, 5 different programs. Years ago, I was taught do one for 5, 10, 15, 5, 7, and 9, whatever you want. I like showing 5. I like showing the lowest one at 50. I got no problem showing one for $150, $160, okay? Because in other words, that big premium makes that little one look smaller. RX list. Not every carrier has a prescription drug list. Every company has a formulary. Every company does not display it anymore. So if you're going and you're looking at company A and they don't have one, or they have a very short list, and you see one on a different carrier, and that different carrier says this medication is used for Alzheimer's, don't call me and tell me, Joe, it wasn't on the list and I went on and wrote them and I got declined. Use your head. If it's on one list for Alzheimer's, it doesn't have to be on their list. It's considered Alzheimer's, some type of memory loss. If they're taking some new type of COPD puffer, it's on this carrier's RX, yet it's not on the other one. It does not mean because it's not on the list, you can write the person. Common sense says, if it's on this one here, I've got to treat it as if it is this one here to answer the question correctly. Buzzwords. There's certain words that I used to put on my dashboard that I wanted to remember. Who will pay? Who will be in charge? What if? Dying is not a choice. I used to have these words on my dashboard on like a little 3x5 card with a little bit of tape on it. And believe it or not, when you're inside a house and you're unsure what to say, you're going to visualize those 4 or 5 little postcards you got on your dashboard to get your mind out in left field to come back in the game. Because there's going to be people going to throw you a curveball. They're going to hit you right in the jaw and you're going to go, oh my God, what do I say? All of a sudden, if one of those words on your dashboard is something pertaining to what they gave that left hook, this is going to get you back in the game. Do you deliver the policies? Joe, I don't have time. Joe, I don't have time. Joe, I'm out just hustling. Your choice. Deliver the policies if you can. If you're a brand new agent, I don't care how busy you are. Work later, work longer, work more days. Deliver your policy to get the policy resold, to reinforce that the decision your client made with you is a good one. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when you're in this business and you get $500 deposited into your checking account, and all of a sudden 3 or 4 days later that $500 comes out and you're planning on using that to buy something and it's not there, it's going to want to make you jump off a bridge. Go to the house, reinforce it. It's a nice way to go over it with them. Take a highlighter with you, highlight their name, the policy number, the certificate number, the face amount, the cash value, the paid up in additions, all the sexy stuff that's in the policy. Go to the back of the policy to the application, excuse me, and highlight their beneficiaries. Go over it with them. You have any questions? Are you happy with what I did? Doesn't this make you feel more comfortable that God forbid something was to happen to you unexpectedly? You know that you're taken care of? Yes. Now, it may be a great time to ask for referrals. All depends if you want to ask for referrals after the application process, on the delivery process, or to stop by later. All depends on what your style is. Keep company cards in your pocket. Give them out as much as you can. They don't cost much. Give them out, because what ends up happening, one of those cards are going to call you, one of those cards is going to be a referral, one of those cards is going to make you money. I like giving people coffee cups when they make a sale. I was at a house a couple weeks ago, gave the guy, him and his wife, 2 coffee cups. You thought I gave them each $25 each. They were the most happiest people. They say, golly, Joe, let me show you my cup. They brought the cup they had out. The actual handle was broke off. He was all excited. I went back and rewrote him a small policy again a day before yesterday. I brought him 2 more coffee cups just because I got them. And they're what you call the happiest people in the whole world. When you're nice to people, when you're doing a presentation, then you somewhat reward them for making a decision to buy something from you. It makes them feel appreciated, because normally when you go somewhere, the only thing you get is a warranty and a receipt. It's kind of nice to get a coffee cup, or to get a calendar the first of the year, or to get something out there. Are you going through your cheat sheets? You have all this stuff downloaded from the back office in Dropbox. Do you have it when you're in a house and you're unsure who to put a client with that's had a heart attack 6 months ago, a year and a half ago, TIA, cancer, stroke, COPD, emphysema? Do you know where to put that client at? We have it all very clearly displayed on a chart that's going to let you know what carrier you can put the client with, so in case you can't get a hold of somebody. Talk about the trust meter. Keep a spiral tank notebook in your passenger seat. When a client calls you and you need to do something, first chance you get, write it down. Forget going on memory. You got a lot of things going on up here. You got to worry about rebuttals, objections. When a client calls you, say, I need to change my beneficiary. My thoughts are, write it down, one less thing for you to sit and worry about. Okay. One more thing. One thing is buying a lead, making an appointment or door knocking, making a presentation, making a sale, giving them a coffee cup. Most important thing is that when you send your applications to the carriers, you need to look on the carrier's website either that afternoon, if you do it in the morning, or the next day, to make sure they have received your application. Every 3 or 4 times a week, I'm going to recommend you to go to your carriers to make sure that all the business stays on the books, especially 3 or 4 days after their draft date, because you're going to see whether it's NSF, it didn't go through, for whatever reason. So it's going to give you time to get with the client to find out what it is. When a client check bounces, it doesn't mean they don't want it. They could have just messed up. Don't sit and say, I ain't going to worry about that, Joe. I know they didn't want it. They gave you all the information. Do them the common courtesy to get back with them. Because you know something? 500 in your account can come out just as easy. Yet if you follow up, they could have made a little boo-boo, and you can get it back on the books for yourself. So with that said there, set some goals for yourself. Put your actual little money-making card on your sun visor. Let yourself see what you're doing well and where you need help. Take a phone with you when you go to a house, turn it upside down, hit record. Listen to what you sound like, and I promise you, when you do all these little simple things that we spoke about today, I know for a fact it's going to increase your confidence, your sales, and make you more money. With that said, make it a great weekend. Appreciate your hard work. Hit them hard. You got any questions, give us a call or call your manager up. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.